Hello everyone, I am Yash Prakash from Old Dominion University. In this talk, I will be presenting our work on improving the usability of online collaborative writing tools such as Google Docs for people with visual disabilities. People with low vision predominantly rely on screen magnifier assistive technology to interact with applications. A screen magnifier enlarges the content of the screen and allows users to pan the magnified content using a visual input device. However, such a zoom and pan mode of interaction does not gel with the present user interfaces of online collaborative writing tools, where related UI elements are scattered all over the screen. For example, as shown in the figure, a user cannot view both the text and the associated comment at the same time when using a screen magnifier. This increases the cognitive burden of the users as they now must remember the document text for interpreting the associated comment. An example user scenario illustrating such problems is shown in the next slide.
This is how content is arranged in Google Docs, a popular online collaborative tool. Sighted users can simultaneously view each comment and the document text, but when low vision users use magnification to interact with Google Docs, only a portion is visible and therefore it becomes difficult for the user to find and interpret comments.
To understand the usability issues of low vision screen magnifier users in depth, we conducted an interview with 10 participants. The study comprised semi-structured interviews and was conducted remotely. There are two categories of interview questions. One, general questions about their experience with screen magnifiers and online collaborative tools. And two, specific questions regarding their everyday activities in online collaborative editors. Qualitative analysis of the interview data revealed many patterns, most notably that low vision users are typically required to use online collaborative tools due to the nature of their jobs. Most of the participants also stated that they had difficulties collaborating with their peers because of interaction issues with comments and revisions. Since comments and changes were key collaborative elements where users experienced many interaction issues, we designed MacDocs to address these specific issues. The figure shows the architecture of MacDocs. When a user presses a special shortcut, the control manager takes a screenshot of the entire web page and passes it on to the segment identifier for identifying regions in the screenshot that correspond to comments or changes. Optical character recognition is used to extract text from these identified regions. Next, the DOM subtree identifier uses the extracted text to detect DOM nodes that correspond to comments or changes. In parallel, the text location detector leverages the text highlighting aspect of Google Docs to identify document portions that have attached comments or changes. These document portions are mapped to corresponding comments or changes based on their order of appearance in the DOM. After this, the interface component finally displays a pop-up showing first comment or change right above the corresponding text in the document. The user can either interact with the pop-up, for example, post reply, or simply press a shortcut to automatically shift focus to the next comment or change. To extract the web page segments containing the comment and changes, we trained custom mask RCNN models. These models identify regions of interest corresponding to the comments or changes in the screenshot of the web page. Tesseract OCR service is then leveraged to extract all the text in these regions. To train Maskar CNN models, we created two custom datasets for comments and changes, respectively, with each consisting of 450 annotated document screenshots. These screenshots were taken from Google Docs and Microsoft 365 Word Online. From each dataset, we used 300 images for training, 130 for validation, and 20 for testing. The trained models achieved high performance of 91.2% intersection over union score for extracting comments and 89.1% intersection over union score for extracting changes. To determine text portions associated with attached comments or revisions, we exploit the DOM structure of Google Docs, where content is hierarchically organized into pages, paragraphs, and lines. Given that Google Docs highlights portions of text which have attached comments or changes, we scan the immediate neighborhood of each document line to check if there are overlay nodes that highlight portions of that line. Using the screen coordinate information in these overlay nodes, we determine the exact text portions where the comments are attached or where changes have been made. To map the identified text portions with the corresponding comments or changes, we simply leverage the relative positions of these nodes in the application DOM. That is, the first comment identified in the DOM is mapped to the first identified text portion, and so on. The figure shows the MacDocs interface. The comments or changes are shown right next to the corresponding text in the document, so that they can be both viewed within the magnifier viewport. The user can also press a special shortcut to automatically move the magnifier focus to the next comment or change, instead of manually searching for them via panning and scrolling.
MagDocs is housed within a browser extension. When it is turned on, a custom mask RCNN-based computer vision model first extracts all the comments from the document. Each comment is then shown right next to the associated text on demand. The user can simply rely on a single shortcut to navigate over all the comments in the document.
We evaluated MacDocs in a user study with 15 low vision participants. As per the inclusion criteria, all participants used Zoom Text Screen Magnifier and were familiar with Google Docs application. All participants did the study task on a Lenovo ThinkPad laptop, which had all the required software installed prior to the study. In the study, the participants were asked to perform two types of tasks. One, address comments in a sample document by responding with a yes or no. And two, find all changes made by a collaborator named John MacDonald. The participants did the task under two conditions. One, using just the Zoom Text Screen Magnifier, and two, using MacDocs browser extension. In total, each participant did 4 tasks, 2 tasks per condition. The assignment of tasks to condition and the ordering of tasks to condition were counterbalanced using the Latin square method. As shown in the bar charts on this slide, the participants took significantly lesser time to complete both types of tasks while using MacDocs than with just the default screen magnifier. Analysis of the study revealed that in the screen magnifier condition, all participants spent a considerable amount of time panning to and fro between comments or revisions and the corresponding text portions in the document. In contrast, with MacDocs, we noticed that participants did not spend much time panning as they relied on the pop-up interface to view the comments or changes right above the corresponding document text portion. The average SUS usability score for the screen magnifier condition was 58.3. That was significantly lower than that for MacDocs, which was 85.1. The average NASA TLX score for MacDocs was 27.8. That was significantly lower than that for the screen magnifier condition, which was 74.7. Analysis of the TLX score revealed that for the screen magnifier condition, the mental demand, effort, and frustration subscales were the predominant drivers behind the high overall TLX scores. We also noticed patterns in the qualitative feedback given by the participants. Almost all participants attributed their high usability ratings to the simplicity and short learning curve of Mac. These participants expressed that remembering a few shortcuts to access and navigate the pop-up interface was an acceptable trade-off, given the significant benefit of reduced panning effort. A little over one-third of the participants also mentioned that the pop-up interface sometimes included relevant text in the document. In such scenarios, they wish they could resize or move the pop-up interface on the screen. Apart from resizing and repositioning of the pop-up interface, the participants also suggested other customization options, such as configuring custom keyboard shortcuts and altering pop-up color and background. The limitation of MacDocs is that it currently supports only Google Docs and Chrome web browser. Generalizing it for other collaborative applications and other browsers is within the scope of our future work. Also in this work, we only focused on comments and revisions. However, there are other application features such as online chat and ribbon menu that we plan to support in the future to further enhance the usability of online collaborative editors. We also plan to conduct another user study with a lot more participants to validate our findings from the small-scale study we did in this work. This concludes the presentation. Thank you all for your patient hearing.